Hey guys, this is Ancestral Energy, Dovydas Lukšas, and today I want to do an introductory video about testosterone, cortisol and testosterone ratio, so about stress hormones and their impact on your testosterone, and as well I want to speak about balance and what is balance in life, how to actually reduce stress and in that regard increase testosterone. So pretty much, what is testosterone? So testosterone is a hormone, a sex hormone that gives the secondary sex characteristics for a guy, such as growing some muscle, a little bit, then growing facial hair, having an Adam's apple, and that's more like, let's say, from the physical perspective. Then from the mental perspective, it changes your, you could say, perspective or attitude. So that would be such as increased confidence in who you are and what kind of actions you do, and decision making skills, as well as the quickness, like the quick action of making the decision. Then it actually increases the competitiveness, and as well it boosts your risk tolerance. So guys with higher testosterone, they increase their risk tolerance, so they make more of these decisions that are like somebody could ruminate a long time, and if you have a high testosterone, you just do it. So that's that. And now the key message here is that the health benefits are holistic. So it's good for the body, it's good for the brain, it's good for your mental health and emotions, and it's also been proven to actually be great for longevity of males. And that, for example, just to live longer and healthier and reduce the risk of prostate cancer and other things. So I think all types of guys, and well, not all types of guys maybe, but all guys of all different ages, I mean, can reap some benefits. Whether you're a teenager that's developing, whether you're a father that has some other stressors, a young father that has some stressors in life, and maybe to adapt to the higher testosterone would help you to adapt to that. Or if you're an older male, that's good for remaining confident, remaining the muscle mass, and keeping your metabolism high, and your, as well, increasing your longevity. So that's for that. And now, speaking about balance, you can see the yin yang. That's a very important element to keep balance in life, and you can understand that a lot. There's the duality in there, the potential in each, the extreme sides, and as well the middle way, which is you can see the direct middle line that goes. And we can speak about testosterone and cortisol ratio. So these guys, they are not the biggest friends together. So if you have very high cortisol ratio, like cortisol is, by the way, a stress hormone. So if you have high cortisol, your testosterone will be reduced, and vice versa. If you have a higher testosterone, you could say you observe your environment, and your threat response is lower, so you perceive stressors like more chill, more relaxed. It's not like you're not reacting too much to things where other people could be reacting. So that can be physical, mental. So in essence, it's really important to stay calm and collected in your life, and to keep your stress hormones as low as possible, because just by that, without any other additions, you will actually increase your testosterone. And that starts also with the brain. So your brain releases, your hypothalamus releases GnRH, which signals your pituitary gland to release LH. LH is a luteinizing hormone, and then it travels to the testicles to signal, like, hey guys, you guys make testosterone, you know? And then, after all those signals, only then testicles actually secrete testosterone. So, you see, it starts at the brain. So, you know, but the brain has to get a signal that there's some kind of stimulus or to increase testosterone, which means those stimuli can be very different. But if the stimuli is to there's like a very big threat or fear or mental emotional stressors, then that energy can be liberated for other things, and that's how brain works. So now about the stressors. There can be all types of stressors. There can be, for example, environmental stressors, which are nowadays just wreak havoc in male body. Not only male, of course, female as well, to the extent of infertility and reduced sperm counts and males growing breasts and stuff like that, which is quite crazy if you think about it, in such a short duration of time. So these can be like BPAs and plastics and phthalates and heavy metals and toxic seafood and all sorts of things, and dyes and pesticides and herbicides, fungicides, that is just the list of toxins is already so huge, and it keeps increasing every day. So it's very important to keep your detoxification system active. So that's your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system, your as well, actually, to be able to perspirate and remove the toxins via skin. So, for example, I'm from Lithuania, from Nordic, Northeastern Europe. Sauna is very popular. Sauna is very popular thing in my country. So that's very good for detoxification and amongst many other things. So that's one type of stressor. They can be emotional stressor, and such as like fears and shame and guilt and grief and apathy, maybe, like a lot of these kind of things. So let's say if we take the environmental and emotional stressors, these are actually worse than physical stressors, because male body is actually kind of meant to adapt to like a healthy amount of physical stressors. So you imagine like in some ancient times, you go like hunter, you go hunting, yeah. So there are some stressors you have to overcome. So the natural environment and all sorts of kind of physical stressors, cold, heat, and so the body had to adapt. And there was like hunting, gathering, nomadic lifestyle. There's, of course, the physical stressor was kind of there, so it adapted with the amount of chronic stress and environmental, like these stressors. This is quite, especially with the environmental ones, that's quite novel, you know. So these ones you should pay more attention. And with emotional work, the only thing you can do is to start to choose to live a more conscious, mindful lifestyle, and keep in mind the balance element, you know. So what kind of states do you put yourself in? Emotional states. What are you speaking with yourself? A lot of guys I see, there's like a lot of this like pushing themselves like so much, like, dude, you are enough. Just try your best, you know. Do everything from self-love and take it consistently, you know. You don't need to push yourself so hard, you know. It's all right. Keep it simple, you know. And so that's very important, you know, to just keep balance in life. So and actually tap into that, your kind of like emotional side, which is maybe sometimes a little bit harder for males to feel themselves and to learn those things, but there is the potential in all of us to unlock that side, and it's powerful. As a male, you also have both the feminine and both the masculine aspects. It's about finding the right ratio within you for that. So, and of course, now I want to touch the topic of hormesis. So, hormesis is a healthy amount of stress. So it's not that it's like a healthy amount of stress is all right. Like it's not like you're some kind of I don't know, fatty soy boy with boobs, and you're like always meditating and eating chips, and it's like you need some stress, you need some challenges, you know, in life. You need some physical challenges. You need to go do some workouts and find the healthy amount of stress. Maybe that's sauna, maybe that's competition, like playing some competitive game with your guys, like maybe do some wrestling, maybe some grappling, maybe some martial arts, and like go hike in nature, go climb a mountain, you know, challenge yourself. It's all right. You don't need to be in a low kind of activity, passive state, no stress. That's bullshit, you know. Like, you just need the balance. That's the most important thing. And yeah, that's pretty much hormesis, finding the right aspect, the right ratio of stress that you can still adapt. Because if you overdo it, there's guys that underdo it, but there's also guys that overdo it. You can look at these professional bodybuilders that sometimes even use all these artificial stimulants to increase testosterone, because they push their body so much that the mentioned cortisol testosterone ratio, testosterone falls down because the body cannot adapt to the stressors that they are experiencing. Let's say too much overworking out, sleeping not enough, and then also emotional stress, and then cortisol goes through the roof. And those like guys that are like really like buffed up and they're like cool, but they're just actually, if they test, if they do the blood work, you know, it's not good, you know. And pretty much, yeah, it's holistic. So you need, once again, to find the balance. So now, all right, how do you find that balance? What you can do? Of course, now I will do more of these videos more extensively about. I could do more extensively about each of the items I have touched upon today, but finding the balances can start with self-reflection and analysis. So if you go into even the yin-yang element, yeah, are you living a too passive or too active lifestyle? Are you supporting yourself with your thoughts and your words, or are you pushing yourself to the extreme and having a negative self-talk? Are you sleeping enough or not enough? And all sorts of things, you know. So you can start from things like that. Then to specifically reduce stress, you also need to look at your environment. So what in your environment is causing you that stress? And maybe if you work on yourself consciously, and you practice a little bit more mindfulness, you can then consciously choose not to react to those things. That's the benefit of doing the conscious work, practicing mindfulness, because the old patterns and the old triggers, you don't give a shit anymore about that, you know. So that's that. And now I'll give you a couple of practical things. So that's very, very practical things. So just spending time in nature. Like today, I slept in by Baltic Sea, in the beach, in nature, and I feel freaking great, amazing. And so nature and grounding, also putting your bare feet on the ground, helps to actually reduce stress and stress hormones and cortisol. And this is actually proven by scientific studies. Now, adaptogens. So adaptogens can be things like ashwagandha, ginseng, rhodiola. So these are pretty much plants that have been grown in environments that cause them to secrete these compounds so that they could adapt to stress. So whenever, let's say, a human consumes those plants, the stress tolerance increases. So you just don't react. The body physically, mentally does not react so much to the, let's say, the triggers or the stressors. And as well, it improves your sleep quality and relaxation during the day and during the night. So deep sleep improves, and that's very important. Now, some of them, for example, ashwagandha, also, you can imagine it works actually on the brain level. So ashwagandha has been proven also to increase LH and improve your brain to testicle signaling. So it's good for secondary hypogonadism as well. And yeah, that's for adaptogens. Now, breath work is very important. So just actually deep breathing. You want to breathe into your belly. So thing here is that your diaphragm has to work. If you are locked up here, check yourself up. If you are locked up here and you breathe very from the upper part of your body, that's typical chronic stress. If you go into very like temporary high stress, you can even feel like that, you know. So that's, and you want to calm yourself down, get calm, get collected, and breathe through your diaphragm. And only, let's say, 80% is down here. Practice belly breathing. Navy SEALs as well even do that. And kind of, if belly diaphragm breath would be around 80%, here would be maybe 20%. The concentration is here, and then you only kind of finish it here and then come back down. Slow. The slower you breathe out, actually, the more you relax your nervous system. There's breathwork videos in my YouTube channel, so click on a couple of them and do some practice and see how you feel. Now, one of my favorite things is Qigong as well. You can also do yoga, so that is good. So Qigong is, if you ever seen in my YouTube channel or even Bruce Lee doing any of these practices. So this is Qigong, kind of Tai Chi flow, and that's connecting your breath with a movement. The movement is in a very harmonious sequence, and if you do that for a certain time frame, it really grounds you. It centers you, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. It aligns you, and that helps you to go out of the stress response, reduce that tension, reduce that anxiety, and get back to essence, to who you are, and be in your heart. And that also helps to be more conscious and mindful, so that you do not react anymore to those old things and old patterns and thoughts, and that just actually increases your stress tolerance. So, in a nutshell, I hope this video was useful for you. I think I have touched quite a lot on the importance of testosterone, of the health benefits, of the cortisol testosterone ratio, and types of stressors, hormesis, and what you can do. So it's about doing it. And if you need any help, please watch YouTube videos that are already in my channel. Do a few practices, and if you want to go even deeper, I do personalized consultations and plans and programs for people, for guys who want to achieve their goals faster and more strategic and more consistent. I've been doing things like that, practicing the holistic healing methods for now around 8 years. So I'm here to help you. So that's that. All the best. See you guys later. Adios.